Now, to be a millionaire can be really simple and kind of straightforward, but it won't be easy all the time, right? And it all starts with your mindset. If you think you can be a millionaire, then you will be. If you don't think you can be rich, then you're limiting yourself and you're never going to make it. So get your mind right. You need to quit wasting your life away playing video games, scrolling through TikTok videos all day. I mean, what is that doing for you, right? It's entertaining, but it's not doing anything for you. This stuff is killing your brains. Mindless scrolling, playing video games, right? Okay, the first thing you want to think about is you need to strategize about where you want to be. Now, when I was your age, I did not really think about my future and retiring rich when I was in my early 20s or in my teen years. I bought my first investment house with my parents at about the age of 25. But still, my plan was just fly by the seat of my pants. Really, what I should have done is map out what I was going to do and how I was going to become rich and grow my money. If you want to be filthy rich, you really need to own a business. And then you'll need to put 3 to 6 months worth of money to the side for an emergency. I have an emergency fund in a high yield savings account, getting me 5.5% interest, right? Invest some money into a Roth IRA right when you turn 18, and then start growing your investments. That's what I did with my son. He just turned 18, and boom, we have him investing right away. All you have to do is just look at a mutual fund or index fund and just look at a solid history of growth in one of those, and then you're going to set it and forget it in that Roth IRA. You want to auto deposit into that account every month or at least one time a year, and then use the leftover funds after living expenses to buy real estate. Next piece of advice we're going to give you is there's a crap load of money in the world, and you're either going to create a mindset to attract the money or you're going to repel it. Most people repel money, or at least they spend it like there's no tomorrow, like you're going to die in a few days. If you look at every business and all the homes in the world, somebody owns those and is wealthy. So you need to look for opportunities. Okay, so I'm going to throw you a bone. The biggest opportunity in the next 10 years is there are going to be 50 million baby boomers who are going to be retiring. Now you might be saying, okay, Derek, who cares? Like, people are retiring. 12 million of them own businesses. So you got to let that sink in. $10 trillion is going to transition in the next 10 years. Many kids of those owners do not want to take over that business. Only 20% of those businesses will end up selling. So you might be asking, what happens to the other businesses? Well, those 80% will want to sell but can't. And this is where the opportunity comes in for you. You can find those businesses of those owners that want to retire and have nobody to give it to or sell it to. And if you can keep in touch until they retire, then maybe you can set up a deal to take over that business. You take it over and you have them do 100% financing. You get a profitable business. You pay them back over 10 years so that they have a steady stream of retirement income. And it's a win-win for you and the business owner. Now, the third piece of advice, don't toxify your mind and body, all right? I know you're young. I know you like to go out and do things, especially if you're in college. But you need to take care of your mind and body. You only have one body and one mind, right? And it has to last 80, 90 years or however long you live. Destroying your mind and body will not help you with being financially set up for the rest of your life. So don't drink. I don't drink. And I don't miss it at all. Like, it does nothing for me and I don't really get into it. I get it drinking socially. It's fun. But what does it really do for you, right? If you're being honest, it might make you forget some of your issues, but once it wears off, your issues are still there. The other thing is really don't smoke. Like, I've seen a lot of my family members smoke, and they die of cancer or they die horrible deaths because they destroy their lungs. So don't destroy your lungs. And definitely do not do drugs. I mean, that's a given. Now, the next piece of advice, you need to always be learning. So listen, I went to college, okay? And I'm going to tell you I got a useless degree. Thank the Lord I got grants to pay for my college, so I didn't really have any debt. But all my wealth that I've built from college till now is I learned on my own, or I got a mentor. So you need to read and understand financials. You need to learn about how to invest in stock market, or you need to learn how to invest in real estate. What is the best thing for you to invest in? How do mortgages work? How do car loans work? You need to be always asking questions and never think you know everything. Your ego will really hurt you financially if you think you know everything and you figured it out. Find a mentor, and you need to find one that is where you want to be. So if you want to be a multimillionaire, you need to find a multimillionaire mentor. What I've noticed is really in my lifetime, I've had people give me advice, and they're usually poor family members or poor friends. And do you really want to take financial advice from people that are poor? They're poor. They're poor for a reason. So if they're poor, why would you be taking advice from poor people? You need to take advice from wealthy people. Now, the next piece of advice is, why don't you start a side hustle, right? You're young, you're in your 20s, you're in your teens. Explore your entrepreneurial spirit, whether it's starting a side hustle, freelancing, creating an online presence. Turn whatever passion or knowledge you have into making money, okay? Learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable when you start something, especially in this world of business. Okay, embrace them as learning opportunities. Analyze what went wrong, adjust your strategy, and just keep moving forward. So it is way better to make mistakes when you are young because you have a lot more time to recover if you happen to go bankrupt because you started a business. Now, if you do a side hustle, it's like the perfect way to learn about finances, money, and business. And you can start one when you're in high school or even when you're in college. There's so many side hustles you can start today. And you can really check out some of the videos where I review some of the best side hustles to start. The sixth thing you're going to do is stay disciplined and don't quit. So becoming a millionaire requires discipline and consistency. Staying committed to your financial goals, resisting impulsive spending, and remain focused on the long-term rewards. Marcus Fines, you can look him up. He started a side hustle called plentyoffish.com. It was a free dating site way back in 2003. He was running it for several years and had not made any money. Zero. No money. Most people would have quit. They would have quit after several years of making no money on a side hustle. But then one day his friend's like, hey, you should add Google AdSense, which just came out, to your website. And boom, he started making revenue. And at one point he was making $10 million a year, and he was working about 10 hours a week. Now, he sold that business 12 years after starting it for $575 million. If he would have quit, though, he would have made nothing. So do not let anyone tell you that the side hustle projects are useless or will not make you any money. Okay, the next piece of advice we're going to give you is you really want to have multiple streams of income. Now, as you learn and progress, you start with one stream. We'll do 10, do one stream of income, like a job or a side hustle. As you build wealth, then you can diversify into other streams of income. You can, make sure you set up your Roth IRA. That's a passive one where you turn 18 or you're in your 20s and you can invest $1,000 to $6,000 a year. If you have a job, start your 401k. Start investing in stocks. Take your 3 to 6 months rainy day money and put it into a high yield savings account. And you can get 4 to 5% rate. Then you start that side hustle and grow it into a business if you can. You can also buy a business. I read a story where Sarah Moore bought a $50 million in revenue business with no out-of-pocket money. And it was eggcartons.com. You can look it up. I'm not joking with you. She bought a business with no out-of-pocket money. You can start buying real estate and have a company manage it. I personally have 6 streams of income, and hopefully you can even make more than me. But just start with one and build as you grow. Now, I hope these tips help you to map out a journey to help you meet your financial goals. Now, if you found this video helpful, just give it a thumbs up if you can. Hit the subscribe for more videos on wealth building and making money. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. So thanks for watching, and we're going to see you next time.